Okay, let's check out the movies that are gonna come out tomorrow on Friday. There's a bunch of them. It's like, I mean, there's a lot, it seems. The first one is Anemone, Avatar: The Way of Water, again, because of the Fire and Ash one that's coming out in December. Bone Lake, Casper, which I recommend you see that one. Probably the young crowd out there who want to go see a movie and it's Halloween and all that. Go see Casper. Definitely recommend that one. Or if you never, for anyone who hasn't caught it in the theaters, go see this Casper at the theaters. That'd be pretty cool. Then there's Good Boy, Perfect Blue, The Smashing Machine, which I think that one's going to do really well. And then Taylor Swift has a movie, maybe sounds like a documentary, the official release, Party of a Showgirl. Yeah, this is The Smashing Machine. It's for 2 hours, 3 minutes. It's probably going to be pretty intense the whole time, for sure. It's the story of mixed martial arts and UFC champion Mark Kerr. Benny Safdie, starring Dwayne Johnson, Emily Blunt, and Ryan Bader. I think that this is going to be a pretty good movie. I say it's going to do very well. I say, I don't know about 100 million, but I feel like over 90 million, right? This movie, I feel like it's going to do 80 to 90 million tomorrow. And then, the first wave of word of mouth will go out. And then those people, along with new people, will go see it on Saturday. So by Monday next week, we'll see if how well it did, but it should be over 100 million, I'm gonna say. The Rock is a big pull anyways. He has a big, fan base that will always support him, and he can be a blockbuster movie star. He definitely just needs the better, a good script, obviously, and a good character that goes with what he does. He's doing this because he's pivoting now into a less muscular person because of the health issues and apparent the steroid use that he has, as well as people are saying that doctors are probably telling him, hey, you can't really do this much longer. So we have a good idea. We're going to put you in a movie about what you do based off a real person, and then using what you have, your physique, and then you can change your lifestyle after this, per your doctor recommendation, per the doctors, saying this stuff, because I'm sure that's what it is. Probably had some heart issues or something for sure. Here are some reviews for The Smashing Machine. This guy gave it 7 out of 10 stars. A good tale about Mark Kerr with a good ambitious take. A good emotional and powerful story about Mark Kerr with a strong grip on its direction from Benny Safdie. Good atmosphere and a strong performance from Dwayne Johnson. Safdie approaches the formulaic sports biographical structure with a tender yet powerful punch, showcasing the life of Kerr and his relationships with his wife and peers through the strong and meaningful direction, editing choices, and atmosphere throughout. The way Safdie directs the boxing sequences, the conversations between characters, and the emotional weight was engaging and intense, bringing out the realism and themes out into the light. As mentioned, the narrative does follow the formulaic approach, which does end up losing some of its steam due to its predictable nature, yet Safdie's writing and direction still balance out its ambition and purpose. All of the performances are great. It's nice to see Dwayne Johnson play a real character instead of always playing himself. However, the biggest fault is, since this is a Safdie brothers movie, the movie doesn't feel as powerful as it could have been, as if certain aspects about the tone and the structure does feel somewhat incomplete and unwilling at times. I do wish some of the writing could have been better instead of being formulaic, but as a whole, the emotional and ambitious atmosphere still remains a strong punch and worthy of its positive reception. That's pretty good. Do we have another one? It really looks like Dwayne Johnson melts into the role, and you can't even see, you can. It's not like with Penguin and Colin Farrell. It was like after the rumor got out that he was it, everyone looked again and they're like, what? This one says 6 out of 10 stars. Most of them don't cry, but they should. In The Smashing Machine, Benny Safdie strips a sports biopic of every cliche. delivering a raw and observational portrayal of MMA legend Mark Kerr. Dwayne Johnson disappears into the role, leaving behind his action hero persona to embody a man trapped by fame, painkillers, and his own expectations. The film's documentary-like approach creates a distance that is both its strength and its weakness. It avoids easy emotional cues, but sometimes sacrifices narrative momentum. Kerr's descent is intimate but elusive, and secondary characters, particularly Dawn, played by Emily Blunt, feel underdeveloped. What remains is a story of aching silence and unspoken turmoil, an anticlimax with no final roar, not for those seeking catharsis or redemption, but for those willing to sit in the quiet wreckage of a life unglamorous, human, and unfinished. Well, that's cool. That's what I'm saying. This movie, I will make over 90 million, maybe over 100 for sure. Next we have Good Boy. Looks interesting. An hour and 12 minutes? Okay, well, that might be the shortest ever. The Nightmare Before Christmas is an hour and 15 minutes. The Naked Gun is an hour and 14 minutes or whatever. It's got long credits though, and it ends up being an hour and a half. This is a hour and 12 minutes. That would be a very quick story and no time for extra stuff. You know, like it's gonna have to rely on the story, good pacing, and I'm not sure if this is a remake of that other one with the kid or whatever. It says that the plot is a loyal dog moves to a rural family home with his owner, only to discover supernatural forces lurking in the shadows. As dark entities threaten his human companion, the brave pup must fight to protect the one he loves most. Well, that's interesting. It doesn't show a budget here for it, so I'm not sure how much it's actually gonna make, because that movie has to be under 100 million to make. Under 50 for sure, probably. The one thing I'm going to add to the Smashing Machine movie is that movie's budget is apparently $40 million. So that's why I think that movie, The Smashing Machine, will definitely do well. Some reviews for this Good Boy film are: this one that gives it 10 out of 10 stars. Indy gets his day. Every scene in the film features Indy or is from Indy's point of view, which made it a huge challenge for the filmmakers, requiring 400 camera days over a 3-year period. Really? It was worth the effort. The visual palette makes excellent use of light and shadow to create an atmosphere of tension and foreboding. Indy is a terrific headliner for this wonderful allegorical horror film that also serves as a tribute to man's best friend. There may never be another one like it. It's an homage to the loyalty and devotion of our canine companions. Sniff it out if you're a horror fan, but most definitely track it down if you're a dog lover. That is so funny. Don't you think this movie should get a little bit more promotion then? If they put this much effort into making it, like that other movie, Boyhood, with the kid where they filmed them in real life over like 10 years. The story sucked, but the movie production and the vision for the movie is amazing. This sounds like it's on track to be like that. Yeah, it's a dog actor, so it took over 400 days over 3 years. It took 400 days over 3 years because, well, it's a dog actor. That's according to director Brendan Leonberg. There are a lot of movies out there that they put a lot of effort into making and they never get the recognition that they should. And then it says Indy is actually director Ben Leonberg's own dog. And we have another review for that movie. It's this guy gave it 4 out of 10 stars. A great idea that ended up as a total dog's dinner. Was super excited to see this, as thought it sounded like a very original idea. I'm very certain this started as a short film, which seemed to become an unwieldy mess. The dog was amazing, but the human acting was like a student film, and the voicing laughable at times. To be fair, a couple of good jump scares, but a weak ending and generally a real mess. Well, so there you go. Based off of those 2 reviews, go see it. Unfortunately, the movie's gonna flop because it's just you'll see it probably in the future one day on somewhere on some streaming service, and you'll be like, oh, and then you're gonna like it. or hate it, and then you'll say, oh, I'm glad I never saw this at the movie theater. But I'm going to say this good boy is going to flop. Next, we have Bone Lake. The plot for it is a couple's vacation in a secluded estate is upended when they're forced to share the mansion with a mysterious couple. A dream getaway sprouts into a nightmarish maze of sex, lies, and manipulation, triggering a battle for survival. The other one is a couple's romantic vacation at a secluded lakeside estate is upended when they are forced to share the mansion with a mysterious and attractive couple. In this darkly hilarious and seductive horror story, a dream getaway spirals into a nightmarish maze of sex, lies, and manipulation, bringing terrifying secrets to light and triggering a bloody battle for survival. Probably something like They All Know Each Other or something like that. Looks cool. At least it's in time for Halloween right now. Hour and 34 minutes. That's cool. Not too long. 6 stars so far. 2024. Now that's weird. Huh. They must have released it now. Maybe they made it late and they said, hey, just save it. We'll release it next year. There is no budget info for Bone Lake. We do have a review though. This guy gave it 2 out of 10 stars. Thankfully, only paid $7 to see this. Not good. It felt like a Temu version of Speak No Evil, and I love that movie. The plot is very predictable. A couple in front of me got up to leave in the beginning, and honestly, I'm a little jealous of them. The first 2 acts are more of a try-hard Netflix drama, and the third act had my eyes rolling. Did they purposely make the main couple insufferable? Diego needed to man up a bit throughout the entire movie. The decisions made in the third act of this were dumb. My husband and I figured out the whole plot before the movie was even halfway through, and it just felt like they were really trying to make the movie sexy. It wasn't. All the sex was so unnecessary. It didn't contribute much to the plot. My suggestion is wait for this to come out on streaming for free. Oh my god. That's hilarious. It's like not even good. Why did they release it? Why didn't they put it on YouTube first, see what they said, and then decide if they want to put it in the theater? You know, if they further want to embarrass themselves with a bad movie, they should find out first and then get ready for it and then decide off that if you really want to do all of that. Another review says 5 out of 10 stars, boring bones. I got to see this in a special screen unseen, and it reminded me of a very watered-down version of 50 Shades of Grey with a touch of Friday the 13th. It started out really cool in the first 5 minutes, but then it just droned on with very predictable storylines and subpar acting. If you're looking for a splatterfest or an intelligent horror thriller, then this isn't the lake for you. Okay, that's hilarious. I think there's a third one here. Bone Lake, 7 out of 10 stars. This one actually kind of liked it, I guess. I don't know. This must be fake. Bone Lake delivers more than just scares. Yeah, this is probably from the company themselves. Bone Lake is a solid psychological horror that keeps you hooked from start to finish. The eerie setting sets the tone right away, and the tension never really lets up. What I liked most was a twist. It completely flipped the story in a way I didn't see coming. It's smart, unsettling, and leaves you thinking about it after the credits. Definitely worth a watch for fans of a slow burn horror with a payoff. In contrast to those 2 other reviews, which are probably true, what do you believe? So based off of those 2, I say this movie will flop, as well as there being no budget info. It must have just like, they shot it extra in like next to another movie. Delete all that. Moving on. The next movie is this Anemone. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. Rated R, 2 hours and 1 minute. Daniel Day-Lewis, Sean Bean, Samantha Morton. This could be cool. It could be an interesting film. The plot is in northern England, a man heads out on a journey to the woods to reconnect with the estranged hermit brother with whom he shared a complicated past that was altered by life-changing events decades ago. This movie is probably all about the characters and the story. Directed by Ronan Day-Lewis. Written by Daniel Day-Lewis and Ronan Day-Lewis. Wow, pretty cool. There's no budget info for it. We have some reviews for it, though. There's not many. The other ones were very long or seemed kind of just unnecessary, I guess. So this one is 4 out of 10 stars. And the director and writer's chair. Daniel Day-Lewis delivers yet another masterclass in acting. He embodies his character so completely that you forget you're watching a performance at all. Sadly, Anemone itself does not deserve him. His work is stranded inside a film weighed down by misguided direction and undercooked writing. The real failure here isn't the cast or the crew, it's the man steering the ship. The director mistakes pedigree for a craft, connection for vision. Nepotism may have gotten him the chair, but it did not give him the discipline, perspective, or storytelling instincts that separate and apprentice from a true filmmaker. Just because you are someone's son does not make you a great director or writer. There is a journey required, a hard, humbling road of learning and growth that is glaringly absent in Anemone. The result is a film that gestures toward depth but collapses under its own pretenses. Scenes drag without purpose. Themes never fully connect, and the emotional beats land with all the subtlety of a first draft. You can sense the film searching for reaching for greatness, but without the maturity or the skill to get there. Instead, it hides behind stylized visuals and family name recognition, hoping no one notices the hollowness at its core. Day-Lewis elevates every moment he's in, but even he cannot redeem a story so poorly shepherded. Anemone should be a warning to Hollywood. Nepotism may fill a resume, but it cannot fake talent. Audiences deserve better than vanity projects dressed up as prestige cinema. Seems a little rough and a little harsh, but take from it what you will. It has some truth to it, most likely. This nepotism thing is definitely intense in a way. A lot of directors do it, though. Right now, the big thing is with James Gunn and nepotism, even though if you look back, he's worked with Michael Rooker and Nathan Fillion since Slither, or before that, I think. And Wes Anderson does the same thing. Bryan Cranston, all these people, Jeff Goldblum, they've been in Isle of Dogs, they've been in the Grand Budapest Hotel, all of them. I think he's in Fantastic Mr. Fox. They use the same actors for I don't know what reason, but it seems like probably to work. Like they work well together. You know, they're more comfortable with them, and it's just easier, I guess. But the nepotism thing, yes, having the movie directed by, I guess, his son, it's just like, that's fine. Robert Rodriguez says it's good to work with your family and all that, so there's no issue there. But again, like, you could just run the script past other people. And like Daniel Day-Lewis shouldn't be in bad movies. He's like a Leonardo DiCaprio. He's more like a Johnny Depp in that he does more of a character, like Lincoln. Like he'll do more of a role. He'll change his voice. He'll talk in a higher voice or lower. He's a real actor, a real chameleon actor. So anyways, this movie is going to bomb for sure. And just to reiterate, Anemone, that will not do well. Avatar, go see it if you haven't seen it in the theater before December. I'm sure everybody's seen it already. They must need some more movie or some more money. Apparently the movie isn't that good anyways. The story isn't amazing. The first one's cool. Like Avatar 2 looks good, but it's got a weak story apparently. Bone Lake, it's probably not going to do well. Don't see it. Casper, definitely go see it. Good Boy could be fun. It seemed way too short to go to a movie and pay full price. They should give you a discount, right? It's like it's a half a movie. An hour and 10 minutes or whatever, that's half a movie. No, kind of half. They should give you half off. The movie should be free. Let's just say, come see Anemone and get a free ticket for Good Boy, because it's not a full movie, right? Next, and then Perfect Blue, I don't know, a wide re-release. They said, hey, we didn't do well. I don't know. The Smashing Machine, go see that. That's probably going to do well. And Taylor Swift, for the kids or whatever. Well, it's kind of adult, so young adult, late teen, I don't know. If you want, comment down below about what you're going to see or what interests you. And those are all the movies that are coming out tomorrow.